All right, next question up. Let's go ahead and handle this with that grace that we have. So the question sentence reads, how many ounces of cashews are needed if you use 35 ounces of almonds? So what that tells me is that, again, I need to find the number of ounces of cashews when compared with 35 ounces of almonds. All right, so that's a pretty straightforward relationship there. Now, when we take a look at the information that we're given, let's see if we can set up the information comparing it in the same way. Because we have cashews to almonds, and I see here that it says a trail mix recipe uses almonds and cashews in a 7-to-4 ratio. So again, when you read a ratio, we have to respect the order in which it's written. So 7 is the first number, almonds is the first term, so almonds represents 7, and then cashews is represented by 4. Booyah, nice and easy. So we'll write that out. We'll go ahead and say, excuse me, we'll say 4 over here for cashews. Be very careful because the 7 can get you. The 7 is, again, for almonds, and almonds is actually written second. So be very careful there. But once we're there and we have it all written out, now we're good to go because we can make the same comparison in the same way. We have cashews up top, almonds on the bottom, and let me show you what's going on here. I'll just use C for cashews, so we'll do C over 35, again comparing like that, and then 4 compared to 7. So cashews on top, almonds on the bottom, and we are now good to go. So to get this done, we can cross multiply and divide. We can compare the same things in the same way. Either way, we can get the answer. So I can multiply by 5 right to left. And so that's how we'll get the answer. Multiply by 5 right to left, right there. Or again, we can just cross multiply and divide. Nice and easy. So we can do C times 7, 7C, 35 times 4, which ends up becoming 140. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 2 is 14. So there we go. We have 7C equals 140. And now all we have to do to finish this up is divide both sides by 7. There on the left, there on the right. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Bring that 0 along, and that is 20. So there we go. C equals 20 ounces. And so there we are. The correct answer here is answer choice C. And there we go, my party people. Hopefully that was a nice and straightforward one for us to comprehend. So let's go ahead here and tackle this next question. And as always, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read that question sentence first. So when we read that here, it says, if the width is 9 feet, again, we're not asking for the width. We're just saying, hey, if the width is 9 feet, what is the length? All right. So with that said, my party people, we are here and we're saying we want to find the length. We have the width that is 9 feet. And then in the first sentence, it says a rectangular rug. Ooh, a rectangle right there. A rectangular rug has a perimeter of 50 feet. So I know the perimeter is 50. I also know that the width is 9. And I want to know what that length is. So this is definitely a classic problem where we're working backwards. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to have my perimeter for a rectangle's formula. So perimeter equals double the length plus double the width. And I'm going to show you, again, 2 ways to go ahead and answer this. But number 1, we're just going to plug in what we have. The perimeter here, we can plug right in for 50 for P. And then that width that was given to us can be replaced with 9. 2 times 9. So from here, 2 times 9, we do that, and that's going to give us 18. And we still have that 2L, and we still have that 50. And then from here, the goal is to get the length by itself. So to get that by itself, what we're going to do is we're going to get the 18 out of the way first, and then we'll divide by 2 to get rid of that 2 right there. So here we are. Subtract 18 from both sides. Perfect. Cancels out. And then that's going to give us 32. 32 equals double the length. So if double the length is 32, we'll cut that in half to see what one of the lengths are. So here we are, divide by 2, there and there. And we see that we'll get length equals 16 feet. So there we are. But again, let me just show you one more, just a very quick way to do this. Let me just duplicate this over here and show you again a quick way to do this. Because here's what we can do. Instead of multiplying both of these numbers by 2, we can just cut everything in half. Once we do that, once we cut both sides in half, because again, it's an equation. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So once I cut both sides in half, you see that it cancels out there, cancels out there. And so basically, the perimeter cut in half is length plus width. I know that looks like a freaky fraction, I know. But when you plug in the perimeter, right over here, 50, everybody tell me, what is 50 divided by 2? I know that's not terrible. What's 50 divided by 2? That's 25. So we have 25. We have the width, which is 9. And look at that. We now only have to do one step. Subtract 9 on both sides. My party people, what is 25 minus 9? 25 minus 9 ends up being 16. And there we are. So same exact answer, everybody. Same exact answer. But if you're looking and you have a little more experience, you might get yourself in a much better and quicker position here. Answer is B, 16 feet. All right, let's go ahead and tackle the next step of a problem here. Here we go. So when we check this out, we see that we have 3y minus 2 multiplied with y plus 6. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and remember that it's the same thing. We're distributing, polynomial distribution. Make sure everything from one parentheses multiplies with everything from the other. So here we go. We'll have the 3y. We will make sure that it pairs up with the y, so 3y times y. Then we'll make sure that the 3y multiplies with the positive 6, so plus 3y times 6. Then we'll continue with the minus 2. Make sure to bring that sign with you. That's one of the most common mistakes that we see. We'll have minus 2 multiplied with the y, so we'll have minus 2 times y. And then lastly, we're going to have the negative 2 multiplied with the positive 6. So negative 2 multiplied with 6. So with that, cool, there we are. Now again, we'll take it one step at a time. Here we go. So we'll go with 3y times y. Y times y is going to be y squared. So this turns into 3y squared. Up next, we have 3y multiplied by 6, and that's going to give us 18y. Next, we have negative 2 multiplied by y, which is minus 2y. And then lastly, we have negative 2 multiplied by 6, and that's going to be negative 12. So we have one more step to take here, and that is going to be combining like terms. We will combine like terms. And remember that terms are alike only if they share the same variables and exponents. So we have the negative 2y with the positive 18y that we can combine. And so everybody, as a nice final step, we are basically taking a look here at 18, positive 18, minus 2. Again, of the same variable. 18 of these y's minus 2 of these y's gives us 16 y's left. So that's going to be 3y squared plus 16y minus 12. And so the correct answer is going to be answer choice A. My party people, how are we feeling so far? We're making good progress here. We're taking it step by step. Do you feel yourself understanding as we go through? Are you able to go back and explain why things are correct and where potential mistakes may have come from? Gotcha, everybody. Let's go. Again, one step at a time, one problem at a time. We got this. So let's continue going with the next one. We have got this. Here we go.